Hello and welcome back to Lifer. This is another great opportunity to share great information with you. This is going to be a very short and brief, so stay tuned to the end of this video so that you get all the information that I'm going to share with you. This is going to be about prospective students who want to study in Canada. We're going to discuss on some of the important things you need to consider if you want to study in Canada, starting from your school search, your application, and then your visa processing. So that is what I would do up to, and then maybe next time I will look at, after you've gotten your visa, some of the things that you need to know. So I thank you for being part of this family. If you have not subscribed or this is the first time you've come across this YouTube family, do well to subscribe. We discuss about moving abroad, being it coming to work or study. The work is specifically for teachers, and then others opportunities. So every opportunity that can bring you to abroad, I do my best to share it on my YouTube page. Take note that I don't do applications for individuals. I can only guide you, give you the guidelines, and then you do your own application. So I guide you, and I don't charge anything for the information that I give you. But if you are too busy that you can't sit down and do your application and you want me to do the application for you, then you have to talk to me and then we'll look at it. But generally, I don't do application. I don't do application. I give you the information. So now let's see. Canada is open for students. Now I can say this is not like statistically proven, but I can say that about 90% of students who apply get their visa to come and study in Canada. But so I'm going to share some few important information that you need to know. First of all, many people want to come to Canada through school, but their main intention is not the school. That is why they are coming. They just want to come and live in the country and then work in the country. Well, it's a good move. It's a good idea. You use that route to enter the country. But what I would advise you is make sure you complete your school. So if your mind is not to study, but to come and live in Canada, but you hear that admission is easy, getting visa through school is very easy. So you are applying for school and then you come to Canada and then you not go to the school, you go and work or do something else. Well, my advice is that one is not going to help you at the long run. You're going to regret that. So if that is your mind, just choose a shorter program, 1 year program also, and then complete it, and then you'll be free to stay here, do your changes, get the necessary documents. That is very important. If you try not to attend the school, then you are at the risk of being deported. You are at the risk of being deported. If you are lucky, you are not caught, you are not being deported, one day, you'll be caught and you could be deported. And then it will be hard for you to also get a work permit. If you came through school and you decide not to go to the school, it will be hard for you to also get a work permit. You know, people have their own way, but to me personally, I would advise you not to do that. So that is the first thing. Now let's come to the school. If you are choosing the school, you see we have universities, we have colleges. Universities and colleges. You can choose any of them. But if you are not financially sound, then I would advise you to go to choose colleges. Advise you to choose colleges because their fees are moderate and then low. Their fees are low and moderate. Some universities, especially those who want to do graduate studies, most have low tuition, and then you could get like for scholarship for some of the graduate studies. But those who want to do undergrad and then like diploma certificate, I advise you to go for colleges where the tuition is low because it's very hard to get scholarship for undergrad. It's possible you could get scholarship, but it's not as easy as those who are um, going to pursue graduate study. So I would advise you to go to the colleges. And then, so you just Google and find the necessary colleges. And then if you want some of the cheap schools, I have videos on cheap schools that you can check it out. And then you could look at some of them. The next thing you have to consider too is the location of the school. The location of the school. You see, if your school is in the town, is in the cities, it has its own advantage and a disadvantage. And then if it is in the rural community or a very small town, it has its own advantage and disadvantage as well. So let's see, if your school is in the city, like let's say it's in Toronto, it's in Edmonton, Montreal, Calgary, Halifax, like the big cities. If your school, if you choose a school from there, the good part for choosing a school at that place is like because it's the city, there are so many job opportunities over there for you. So you could work a lot because the jobs are there and then they need laborers for it. So you could work and then school. And then you know that if you get the student permit, they give you work permit as well. That if you come to the school, the school process a work permit for you that you can use to work. Some get it at the airport, some get it at the school. So depending on how your process goes. So if in the city you have opportunities to work, even if you want to work throughout the night, you get some jobs to work throughout the night. So that is the advantage of having your school in the city. In this city. The disadvantage is the city is expensive. It's expensive to live. So your rent, your transport, your feeding is very expensive. It's very expensive. So you see, it has an advantage and disadvantage. Personally, I will advise if you know somebody in the city that you can stay with and go to the school, then the city schools are best because then accommodation wouldn't be a hurdle for you. Transport, because transport will be easy. It's not that costly in the city, yeah, because you have to board the trains, the buses, and then, or somebody can give you a ride around. So that is it about the cities. But if you know somebody, then better for the city. If you go to the smaller towns where they have the colleges or invest in the smaller town, the advantage is cost of living is a bit low. It's a bit low. So you may get a cheap accommodation, your cost is going to be low. You may not even have to be traveling around the town because it's a very small town. You could just walk to your school, walk back, and then like so many things you could do. But the disadvantage is the smaller towns don't have a lot of job openings over there. Because you can imagine it's a very small town. So there are jobs there that you could get, but it wouldn't be as easy as in the city. So that is what you also need to consider. So this is very, very important to consider when choosing your school, the location of the school. So, and then the programs, make sure that the school and then the program you are choosing is eligible for postgraduate work permit. Some schools are not eligible for postgraduate work permit. I know most schools are, but few are not. And then the program to the school might be eligible for postgraduate work permit, but the program might not. So you make sure that you find out before you put in your application. Find out from the admission committee or like whoever the contact is, find out and make sure that the program you want to pursue is eligible for postgraduate work permit. That is very, very important. You need to find out that. Then you choose your program. I talk about the duration. If you just want to enter here through school, make sure you don't choose like 4-year, 3-year program, very short program. And then like you should know how to go about it. So apply to the school, have videos on how to make inquiries before you apply. You could check that and then see how to do that. Apply to the school. If you are lucky and admitted, then you apply for your visa. So this is very simple. I don't want to go fast. The most important thing I want to tell you is where you have to choose your school and then the type of school. I advise you to choose college, and I advise you to consider either the city or the town. So before you choose the school, make a little research about where the school is located, and then know that if you go to that town, are you able to get this and that, whatever you need. So this is simple and straight. And then check the school, the competition in the school. Yeah, some schools are very competitive. So you have to check all those things. So don't just jump into any school because you hear that Canada is admitting students, they are giving student visas. So any school, you just apply. And then for Canada here, most schools, you have to pay application fees. So just, yeah, don't waste a lot of money on schools that you are not about 90% sure that you'll be admitted. There are schools that you could be 100% sure of being admitted. So invest in that one. I hope this helped. I know this is very simple, short, and then like compressed. I did not elaborate a lot. So if you still something is still bothering you, please put it in the comment section. I don't want to elongate the video. Put in the comment section. I'll do my best to respond to you. Reach out to me with any question and then I'll guide you. If what I'm doing interests you and you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe, share for others to also get this video. Hit the notification button so that you don't miss any of the upcoming video. Thank you for being part of this family. See you next time. Bye.